Bad Wolf Girls. It's episode 99. My name is Meg and I will be your host. You're joining me here in Maryland, and you are joined also by my co-host Gypsy, who is this fluff. Alright, that's now underneath, which is fine. She is a German short-haired pointer puppy, and her birthday is at the end of this month. So cute. So much exciting stuff. Let's see. Mail, minis, whips, no finished objects because I did way too good last week with like a million. So couldn't have any this week, clearly. So I am drinking out of my Boone's Coffee I'm Dead Before coffee mug. I got this on Amazon. And it's so good. Today is s'more time. It was a new one that I ordered in. It's supposed to taste like s'mores. And I'm kind of getting a bit of graham. Maybe my creamer, I just used original creamer. I don't use like a ton. It's not like pale or anything, but significant for people who drink their coffee black. But it is good, and I am enjoying it. Yes, I have whips, and but first, thank you. I have recently released my Hogwarts A History sweater on April 1st, no joke. I released my sweater pattern, and I'm amazed at how many people bought it right away. I'm still more amazed that every day I get a couple of buzzes on my watch that tell me that somebody else has bought the pattern, or one of them at least. I've noticed that my sea glass sales are up, and my reindeer games are up. I mean, reindeer games is this one, for anyone who's curious. It's one of my favorite, what I think is so classic, and that pattern will be worked into the Christmas version of my yoked sweater. I'm going to have 3 of these that I know of. The first one is this, the Hogwarts A History. It has 3 choices. I keep saying 2, but now I have 3. 3 choices on the adult, 5 choices on B, 5 on C, or 6, and then 2 on D. And this one is made with A, B, C, A. So this music note is the A that can go up here. And this is the lightning bolt version. I knit the size that starts with 96, and I did it on a US 2 with folded. Yes, there you go. It was tight, and as I've been wearing it, not a month, maybe a month? No, a couple of weeks at least. It's definitely loosened up. I no longer think that it is too tight, and I love the close feel of it. I also did add in short rows, so they're rudimentary, but they're there, and they are optional. I did not do mine this version with short rows, so technically it would be reversible. Sometimes you can tell when you're in the round, your chart will jog ever so slightly in the back. I leave it either in the straight back, or I leave it on this right side when I split for the sleeves. Though I believe I actually swapped the front and the back on my red one because I had made more mistakes on one side than the other, so I just picked the best side and put that in the front. But really, you have tons of options. I am also doing a mini version. This lovely little model has been chosen as our cover girl, I guess. And I'm absolutely thrilled, and I can't wait to see more moms or dads or aunts or uncles knit their little ones a sweater like this. I knew Luke was thinking of a baby version, and he was working up like one on his own, and it looked so cute already, and it was so tiny. But yeah, so the littles version is going to come out this month as well. My goal is before Easter, but I put Luke through the ringer before this. I was like emailing him all the time with it. So I'm trying to give him a break from my crazy and give him a moment before we do numbers again, because he is the best. He puts 110% into all of his work. If you need a tech editor that is both kind and competent, I highly suggest. He is amazing. And he's Wool Enthusiast on Instagram if you want to get in touch with him. He also has a blog with his writing, and it's just all around awesome. So please check him out. But thank you, Luke, thank you. So yes, this is my Hogwarts A History. I am offering kits. They're still up in the shop. You could get them anytime. I figure I'm going to leave them up for a while, because if you didn't want to knit this, you could certainly knit something else. And the mini skein is an optional add-on. There we go. An optional add-on. So when you order, you get the choice of your main color and then the choice of your contrast color. I do enjoy a cozy sweater, so I'm gonna keep rocking it. But yes, so thank you so much to everyone who has already supported the pattern. I am massively grateful, and I thank you. The pattern will be on sale until Monday. We are also, that was the point of all of this rambling, which I'll probably cut down in editing. The point of this is that there will be a knit along. So if you go ahead and check out the Ravelry group, which is, the link should be right down there. If you're on Instagram, it's in my link tree. I just set that up. I had tried to add groups, and for some reason something went yellow and it didn't load. So I have fixed that link, all better. You should be able to get to it no problem now. So yay. But yes, so I'm holding a cal. It started April 1st when the pattern came out, because someone was like, but what if I already cast on? Do whips count? Like, yes, whips count. Like, the pattern's been out for 48 hours. I'm not gonna be like, no. Like, come on. We're good. I'm not like pattern police over here. And then it's gonna go until September 1st. Hogwarts leaves, you should have your Hogwarts sweater, right? That's my logic. So September 1st, the cowl will wrap up. So very exciting. Everything's awesome. Cannot wait. Then I'll move into my first languishing whip. Which is my Halloween version. Ta-da! So this version is actually going to come out on Harry's birthday. So someone gave me the idea, they're like, what if you do Harry's birthday for your next release? And I'm like, you know what? Game on. So it will come with all new sets of charts, and possibly some edited charts from the first one, so they won't be exactly the same. But like, look at it, boop. I just love it. Change seasons. I am going to be also trying to include another idea that I have in my head with it, but I'm not going to say anything yet in case it doesn't pan out. But I'd like to add a little additional to the chart. Now, the mini version will be coming out in the Hogwarts A History, and all of these charts will work with it. So if you get the little version, you will be able to apply any of these charts to the little version as well, and just follow the same thing through. But yes, so very exciting. Oh my gosh, I just, every time, I'm still on the ribbing. I got so distracted, guys. I'm sorry. I got so distracted. It happens. You'll forgive me, yes? But yes, so this one is going to come out July 31st for Harry's birthday, and it's going to go all the way until Halloween. So that's my next plan. My third, ideal plan is November 1st, I'd be able to release the Christmas version, and that would go until the end of the year, so that you would have a Christmas sweater. And I'm thinking that one's going to be cropped, kind of like I did mine, but I'm going to write the body instructions for full if you want it. But yes, so bursting with yoke ideas. Absolutely a joy to do. Some of my testers have actually done charts all the way down, which I can see probably moves the body along because you just want to get through the next chart. They're very potato chip. But yes, so I've thoroughly enjoyed writing and working on these. It's just the darn black. Like, it's an abyss. Look at that black. It is just black. It's nitpicks, black, and that's it. It's just, there's no variation, which is great for like a basic sweater where you just, you know, want it to go with everything, and it will, but it's so dark. I don't know. It's just so dark. This was the very fun part, and I'm actually thrilled I did such a dark color because these pop so well. But yes, so several things to look forward to if you are a yoke lover like I am now. So you're gonna be able to do, and if you want to like relate it all to Harry Potter, I can totally help you out with that. Because you know, it's like I've got all of the ones that I'm like, oh, it's the feast, and then the Death Day party, and the Acromantulas, and the Dark Mari, and Hagrid's pumpkins. I have it all in there. And I'm probably gonna go through and see if I can come up with some more Halloween-y ones to throw in there. And then the Christmas one will be not exactly what I did with my Christmas one that everyone liked last year, but along the same lines. You're seeing my style here. This is how I speak. So if you like it, then I'm talking to you. All right. Okay. Next up in my Slip Stitch Studios bag, which is my Clara bag as I call it, is my walking knitting that's getting a bit too big for walking. I was doing really well with it. It is Hedgehog Fibers in the Eel colorway. It looks like so. Can you see that? I think you can. Yeah. Getting a bit blown out, but it gives it a good, yeah, there it is. It's more like that. It's dark, but like blue dark. So I got a little bit more down the body. I'm gonna just highlight my hands back here so you can see it as if it were on a body. So I've got the nice long sleeves, which have that added extension I just did. I'm not adding cap sleeves to this. This is meant to be a tank top, but I have had a revelation that I think my blue one that is it's the model Trina's wearing in the photos, I'm gonna add sleeves to that. I think it would just be more wearable in my wardrobe with sleeves. Yep. So anyway, this is going to kind of replace that blue that was needed. And it's just Hedgehog Fibers. It's very thin, bit splitty, kind of irritates me a lot, but blocking saves it because it just becomes this really nice drapey fabric. I had worked everything up on a 5 because it's so skinny. I didn't want it to be too mesh. And I did the eye cords in a 4. And they could even be a little tighter for my liking, but when they block, we'll see how that goes. And then I got down the body. There's my sucre. And actually, this one's sucre too. These are both sucre. Chelsea! I'm gonna love these. So yeah, and I got a little bit down the body, maybe a couple of inches, finger length. So not a lot. I still have more to go. I counted and I need to recount because I don't know where I am in the grand scheme of things. I'm pretty sure that I haven't increased since here. So I believe I just have one set of increases. So I should be able to count. I think I have notes on it. I really, notes are so important for stuff like this because I have to decide. I think I wanted to try it on. I think that's why I haven't increased anymore. I got about as far as I wanted to go before I started more increases. And I just want to check in, just check in, see where I am. I wanted to remeasure my first one because I like the fit of that more than I actually like the fit of my blue one. Probably because the blue one had a thicker yarn, it just didn't make as drapey a fabric as this did, and it really does work. And that linen top that I talked about last week is happening. But speaking of summer tops, I will try to insert the photo here. If you've been following me for a really long time, you will recognize this top. It is something that I made up around Easter of 2016. Year is getting married, and I was very proud of just, making it up as I went along. I did my first short rows, which I had gleaned information from the first socks that I was doing with the short row heel. I was very proud of myself. So for our anniversary, I figured I'd tie it all in. For our anniversary, Pat got me Boone Lake Monster, and the color is really pretty. I love the speckles, the darker speckles in there. There they are. You see them? But if you can also see if I can put that in the front. It's very thin. It splits at times. I think it's the Boone Classic. I know, and unfortunately the merino nylon that I really draw to is the one that does pill more because it's so soft and plush and plump, and I just enjoy it. But this is, it's kind of loosely plied, I think. And is it I think it's a 4-ply. 4 plies. But I don't know. I keep splitting it by accident, and anyway, it looks a lot better blocked. So I'll say that. So I put it on a long cord so you could kind of see what's going on here, because it's a little hard to if you don't know what I'm saying. So it's a top, like that one. I have done little shaping on the sleeves, and it drapes really beautifully. It gives you this gorgeous, I guess, boat neck would be the word. It's like really wide, like a wide, but wide this way. So you could obviously just move these in a little bit more, and I'll write directions for that if you wanted less boat necky. But yeah, so I took this to my first knit night, which I'll talk about, and I am doing Babel's Traveling Yarns jogless things in the round thing, helical thing. I'm doing it different than I normally do. Normally I knit to my marker, drop my yarn, pick up the next one and go. Do a full round, drop my yarn at the same spot, pick up the other yarn and go, and don't cross them, which has been working fine. But for this one, I was a little more worried about the white spots, and I thought it would pool, so I thought I'd try this like chasing. It's like chasing, like handing a baton off. So I thought I'd try it. It's still pooling a little, but not enough that I think, I don't know if I should just stop and knit in the round and be through with the chasing each other things. Let me pull it up so I can see better. What do you think? Is it pooling too much? Come on, unravel. I kept going because I'm like, I can't tell what's happening. It is pooling a bit. And I am doing, yeah, it is pooling a bit. Okay, so next option is, if it's pooling anyway, why am I bothering losing the rhythm? Because you're supposed to like stop 3 before the last one, slip those, knit. So like it just takes like an ounce more thought than I want to put into it, and I love round and round and round when I want to zone out, like movie knitting. So why am I bothering doing alternating skeins if I'm still gonna get pooling? Or if I'm doing this, is it less terrible than it would if I didn't do it? So the next experiment is going to be clipping one of these. Probably, I mean, they're pretty well matched. This one looks a little darker. It's a little darker. So I might still just alternate, but I'll do it later on. Like I'll fade it into the next one for over like a 3-inch spot. So that's my thoughts with this. But this is going to be Just a very nice, light, throw-on type of top. I've already blocked the garter because I needed to get a good, accurate, like, what could go around my arm. And I wanted to see the fit. So I tried it on last night, and the neck is so pretty. So I did enjoy that. I'm just gonna put this over here. But that was really good. And then over the weekend, getting a little bit of Mr. Postman in here, I got my Rib magazine. So it's really beautifully done. I enjoy the stories. This is the pullover that I want to make Pat. Sort of. I want to take this idea and the shawl collar and turn everything else into stockinette and ribbed edge. And I'm working top down on this one. And I'm not really following the directions. You know me. So I'm using Solstice from Superwash DK Knit Picks Wool of the Andes. And it's not very coarse, which is good. I cast on and using my own numbers and that pattern. See if I can just, let me see if I can, here, just pause. I just wanted to stabilize one of the edges, so I went ahead and slipped my cast on edge. Okay, I'm gonna let it blow out so you can see anything here. This is, you're looking at the front side. So it is the cables, the rigging cables. I've done 2 sets plus the cast on. So I started up here and I've worked, well, I guess I've worked like out that way. Yeah, you can see them, okay. It's like I can't see anything. It's doing pretty good. So I did 2 sets on Saturday, and actually while I have this stabilized, I might do another measuring to make sure, because I'm kind of making this up as I go. It's been working for me, right? So here we go. This is my thought. I'm going to apply my sea glass knowledge with what I learned from the tamarack and bulky yarn, with what I know about this swish bulky and its stretching abilities. I had it on an 8. I went down to a 7 because it calls for an 8, and I got gauge on an 8, but I went down to a 7 thinking that I need to squinch the stitches in a bit, but I'm on my increase bit now, so you can kind of see how it went, like it started bigger but then it went in because I did a different needle, and now it's going back out again. Again, blocking, wonders of blocking, and putting the sleeves in will fix all that, I'm sure of it. And I'm actually probably just gonna pick up stitches a certain way and it'll forgive a lot. So far I like the pattern. It is intuitive to get into a rhythm with these guys. More purling than I, typically go for, but anything for my hubby. It's now getting very warm, so there's going to be no rush on getting it done. However, I have a rush on my 2 summer tops that I want to get done. And I want to get this Halloween one definitely 100% off the needles. And I kind of want to cast on another Hogwarts and do all new charts again. Because I'm glutton for punishment. I'm crazy. And you know it. I'm crazy. But yes. So what I'm going to do is mostly work on my summer things, because as the weather warms, it's nice to have that lighter fabric in your hands. Plus, I know neither of them have sleeves, so mentally it's just a huge weight off of me. But I really, really, really do want to get the Halloween one done so I can take nice photos before it gets too hot, because when I release it in July, it's going to be way too hot, and I am not going to want to put a sweater on. No, it's not going to happen. So Yes. So Rib Magazine, really beautifully done. Jacqueline Salem, oh my gosh, has one of her drawings in here, and I like actually squealed when I found it. I was like, oh my god. Like, not one, but many of her drawings actually, quite a few. So if I just, I was so excited. She does really nice line drawings and contours. Like, this one's super nice. I love it. Like very, very, very to the point, and I like this style. So I'm gonna put this back in my little bookshelf. Yeah. Speaking of bookshelves, I really want to get my sweater printed so that I can have a nice copy. But I'm thinking I want to get maybe my top, like 4. So I'll have Reindeer Games, Sea Glass. I'll do the Hogwarts A History, and then I haven't decided, Halloween at Hogwarts, Something Wicked This Way Comes. I feel like it's too long a title to say. Halloween at Hogwarts sounds pretty good. I'm thinking that might be it. But I don't want it to be all Harry Potter again, because there's a bunch of people in the world that like that doesn't appeal to. So I want to open this one up to more like seasonal. So now I've got to find like a seasonal name. But you can call it Halloween at Hogwarts if that's what you're doing, because that's what I was intending when I started it. Anyway, so whip, whip, whip. One more. We went to the movies. And what do you do but take your movie bag to the movies? I thoroughly enjoy this bag. I got it on Etsy. Missy from Minnesota. And I am working on my second sock. This is the Once Upon a Corgi. Yeah, okay. That's where I nodded. Once Upon a Corgi yarn, which is Gabby's. Hey, Gabby. And I had done a full one of this last time, and I've diligently, I started a little lower actually because I can feel the knot. So I started down here more and knit up to here, and then we went to the movies and I knit all of that. And that was with the pup. We took her to see Captain Marvel, and we were on the end in this teeny tiny theater, crammed into a corner. And there was one, like 2 feet and then stairs. So she had nowhere to go in the front. Though I guess it was kind of better that she wasn't blocked in by seats. But we were right on the end, thank God, because I don't know how we would have gotten her into a row. Like, wouldn't have happened. But it was really crammed in, and she kept thinking that maybe she should introduce herself to the person next to us. But she did better. Like, as the movie went on, she laid down, just hung out for a bit. So, not too bad. But we're working on it. Movies are new to her still, very new. So, but I did, even with handling her, leaving at one point of the movie to go out to see if she had to use the loo, getting her some water, bringing her back in, I got this much done, which I'm proud of. And I am liking the single socks for movies because you see more progress and it just makes you feel really good when you leave. But yeah, so, and that was my sock whip of the week. And I am going to celebrate when I finish one by casting on this one, which is Sugar Plum from Nomadic Yarns. I had it for Christmas and I really, really wanted to cast it on. And I didn't because I was showing restraint, like a human. And I think once I finish this, I'm going to use these needles and cast that on. That's where it is. I had been looking for the other sock. And as I pick that up, the other one is jammed behind it. I was like, I know I talked about it on the podcast. Where did it go? I know I talked about it. Where did it go? Going for a very 60s vibe today. I don't know if anyone's picking up what I'm putting down. I tried to it's very soft right now, so it did not want to tease this morning. And I just washed it yesterday, so it really didn't want to tease. But I was going for a little 60s mod. So yes, and then the last bit is the minis. I did the Companions Volume 2 set. So I have them in their little packing cases. They're waiting on buttons, treats, and charms. I paused because I'm getting the charms in the mail quite soon, so I'm gonna do the treat and buttons today, and then once the charm goes in, I can seal them up and send them off. I have printed labels, put them all on my adorable pineapple bags. But this is the Companions Volume 2, so you have Danny Pink, Rory the Roman, River Song, Missy, and Jack Harkness. And each have their own little personality, I think. And it's almost like a little rainbow in there. I love it. Danny Pink is probably one of my favorites to pull it out a little bit. And this one I'm thinking has to be a full skein. It's just so cool. I love it. So, and Missy was another one that I really enjoyed how that came out. And River. I mean, honestly, a lot of them. I'm happy I enjoy what I do. But yeah, so behind me drying is the other half of them. So I put up six more kits into the shop, and you should be able to get that now. I don't think the other 6 sold out. So if you missed out, you should be able to get one now. What I did for myself was I combined because I just like looking at things apparently. I combined my Companions 1 and 2 into like a fade. And I'm thinking this would be a really pretty like grain line cowl type of thing Tammy Gore just came out with. Not that I'm like craving patterning, almost like a sockhead cowl. That's the amount of attention I want to put into things. But I could do with some lace here or there, maybe. I trust Tammy. She comes out with wonderful patterns, and I bet that it's just awesome to work with. But this is Companions 1 and 2 together, and I like how they play off of each other. I just think it's such a gorgeous set. So I'm leaving mine just kind of like this for a bit so I can admire it. We have crazy exciting things coming up, which I'm going to talk about in a second. So I'm gonna leave it safe, basically. But yes, so I think that's everything. I have a lipstick to talk about, new color. Oh, and a sweater. So let's do this. I went to Knit Locally, which is where Gabby's trunk show was, and they have a knit night on Wednesday nights, and they had invited me very kindly, and I don't know, something about it just made me go, you know what, let me try it, because I don't talk to enough people, and I get a little sad when I'm in the house all by myself all day, so I'm going to go out. And I did, and I took her with me, and she actually did pretty well. She had some like, I call it shake and bacon. She just like shakes like crazy when she gets nervous. And to that, we just let her resettle herself out. But yeah, so anyway, I treated myself with skein. I had been looking at this one I had gone last summer? Winter? It snowed. So not this past winter, but the winter before. Yeah, winter before I had gone, and I saw this and I thought it was beautiful then. Then I went with Gabby and I saw this and I thought it was beautiful then. And I went back again for the knit night and I was like, shut up and give me this thing. Like 3 times, I'm still attracted to one skein on that whole wall. All I wanted was this. So I thought it was a sign. This is Fairy Tale Knits, Hippogriff Pride, 80/20, superwash merino nylon, 400 yards, and it looks like so. It's kind of like a green blue. It's been calling to me, and you can see why. Like, it's very much in my wheelhouse here. So, seeing how this looked on this, I knew that I really liked it. I'm gonna measure how much I had left. This is what was left over from 2 463 2-yard skeins of my Black Lake 1.0. So looks like so. This is everything I had left over. That's pretty good. I would say there's 40, 30, maybe 70 or 80 grams here, I would guess. I could be wrong, but I would guess that much. So I'm going to use this to do the other yolk because I think it'll look really good. And this will be its pairing, which will be nice and bright. You can see it. It will be nice and bright on there. I don't think even in its darkest spots, it will blend too much. So that will be that. And then my big problem now is, actually, and I'll probably use this mini. It's like a silvery for anything I need there. So this is the palette I've got going on right now. Okay, take it in. I've got 4 skeins of Bellatrix on my 75-25 base. And I know that these would look good together. I just can't decide if I like these 3 together. I mean, I do, but it's a statement. It's a statement I'd be making. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm saying something. So it'd only be like that kind of togetherness. Honestly, I'm trying to get my fingers out of the way. That kind of togetherness. But I love this purple. I think I'm trying to smash things together that, I mean, these would go together, but I have a thing a bit against green and purple. I don't know why. I like them in certain things. In certain things. This is not one of those things. These would be beautiful together, but this is not the way I would do it. So now I'm thinking gray, like wolfsbane. It's just like, it would be another thing. Like, I really want to use the stash. There's so much back there, but I don't have what I need. So I would be dyeing a dark, like a gray with possibly speckles of the Bellatrix purple. And then this. So at least I'm solid. I know that this will work and I could start. I'm crazy. But my next cast on for Hogwarts A History will be these. I just wanted to share them. But I love this, and I love it as a sweater. Somebody needs to buy 4 skeins of Bellatrix on 75-25 and get this out of my house. Don't let me cast it on. I don't need another sweater right now. I am getting overwhelmed, and that's where it needs to stop. If I'm getting overwhelmed, there's too much. Because I just cast on and have done nothing with my So Faded. So I really, really, really don't need to cast on another sweater. And I really want to cast on, I have Gabby's yarn back there for the Zweig with the Lady of Shalott. Like, there's just so much I want to do. But let's talk about why I feel a little overwhelmed. I have 2 trunk shows coming up in June. And I have Tristan coming the first week in May, which I'm thrilled about. That's not overwhelming me. I'm thrilled about, but we have very exciting news. We're moving. Not far, just 15 minutes over, a hop, skip, and a jump across a couple of the highways into this beautiful new development that they're making, and we are going to be probably moved in by Mother's Day. Like, I'm gonna have Maryland Sheep and Wool moving week, like back to back probably. That's the timeline that they're looking at right now. We're thrilled. We have a backyard. We have a gorgeous porch. I am so excited. I only wish that it had happened a month before Maryland Sheep and Wool so that Tristan could have stayed at the new house. But yeah. So I guess everyone's just gonna have to come back for Maryland Sheep and Wool next year. But yeah, I'm so massively excited. So I have to stop orders and the shop. Well, not orders out, but orders in. So I have to stop orders in the shop on the 26th of April. That's a Friday. I'm gonna cut the shop, put it on vacation mode. I am going to leave it on vacation mode until the 13th, day after Mother's Day. And then that Friday, I'm going to release that month's minis. That will be June. And I believe we're up to the doctors. So I'm going to pick 5 doctors and go right ahead. I'm not sure. You can leave me a comment down below. Should I go doctors in order? So 1 through 5? Or should what I was thinking of doing was going backwards. So starting with 13 and working the most recent 5 doctors type of thing. Because that would get 9. That would go, that would be the entire new season. I'm thinking that's where I'm going to start, even though I know the classics are amazing and you really can't knock them. They built the foundation for the world that people have now, and the fan base that they have now. I mean, we cannot push aside the old doctors, and especially I love the nods that they've been doing. Kind of doing that Christmas one where the first doctor came back. It was great. Anyway, so I'm thinking the last 5 doctors to start with, but you can leave me a comment down below of your yay or nay on that one, and give me some feedback. But yes, so that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna shut down the shop because we are packing the apartment. Everything has to go into boxes. The guest room's gonna stay up for Tristan, which is no problem because I have nowhere to move that furniture anyway, so not a problem. But everything in here is gonna be probably boxed, sorted, everything. And honestly, I'm kind of looking at it as a fresh start. I want to put things in boxes in the way that I want to take them out of the boxes. So bundling things, having things together. I'm a chaotic person, and it's fine, but I do enjoy, I cleaned everything before Gabby came, and it was so nice. Everything was off the floor. It was just so good. Typically, I'll, put a project bag down, and then a box next to that, and then something next to that, and suddenly, my floor space keeps getting smaller. And this room is, 9 feet by 13. It is small. Okay? Not big. So... yes, Pudge is doing so well. Can you see her? Can you see her? There she is. My sleepy baby. So cute. I'll just sit like this so you can see me and her. But yeah, so we are moving, and we don't have an exact date yet, but it should be the week before Mother's Day. That should be the week that we get to settle. So, I have to start packing. I'm a little overwhelmed, but it also kind of helps knowing that we're hiring movers and we don't have to move all of this furniture because it was just way too much last time. I am going to keep out choice projects. I'm going to make 2 bins with sweaters or socks, probably socks, hats. So I have my finish it up bin, and I have my whips bin I'm working on right now. So I'm going to put those 2 together, and they stay out until the last, so that I can always reach for things that I want. But a lot of the wall is going to get packed up. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to let myself cast on anything more because we only have about 5 weeks, and odds are I'm going to finish these 2 tops. I'm going to finish the Halloween one, and then I'm gonna work on a bunch of socks, maybe finish my hats, maybe cast on another hat, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's so exciting. It's a gorgeous townhouse, and we're gonna have neighbors on either side, which is fine. Backyard. We have a backyard, and we're gonna be able to just open the door and let Gypsy play, and I'm so excited. I went over to the model yesterday and just sat in their porch for maybe 20 minutes. Just enjoyed it. It's so nice. It's a half covered porch, so it was just I was getting the breeze, but I wasn't getting the sun. It was so nice. And Gypsy wasn't settling yet, but I think that's because she didn't really know what her purpose was. She didn't know what to do. I just wanted her to nap, honestly. But yeah, I'm gonna pay for this now. She's gonna nap all morning, and then I'm gonna have to tire her out this afternoon. It's quite cloudy today, It looks like it might rain, or it has rained, something like that. So just making myself another cup of coffee since the puppy won't shush at the workers that are right outside the door. So I am mixing Cookies and Dreams with S'more Time. I think they go really well together because they're kind of like a marshmallow cookie base. Really good. Yes. All right, so the last thing is the lipstick of the week. I am wearing Ruler from Maybelline Matte Ink, and it looks like so. It is a really nice kind of, it's like a red, but more of like a pink red. I have a yellow undertone to my skin, so I find that this one looks kind of like my natural lip, but less pink than Lover, which is my other favorite, like everyday wear. But this goes with a lot, and it gives me just enough red, and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, this is number 80, Ruler, and I'm a huge fan. I feel like it's just a very wearable color. And it's not too red, it's not too much, it's just very, very everyday wear. Especially good for fall, I think. But yes, so I'm losing my voice a little bit. I am gonna go drink another cup of coffee. So reminding you to take it one cup at a time, no matter how large that cup may be. And I will see you for episode 100 next week. Bye.